Greetings, alchemists. Today we are talking about fusions. I've had quite a few questions about them, so I thought I would answer them. I am going to go through a lot of information, so buckle up. And if you need to look for the information, you can find it on the website. You can find it on the Hermetica Institute webpage as well under breeding. Just look for the tag that says fusions. So, what is a fusion? So, fusion's the process where we take two chimeras and we fuse them into one new chimera. So, the two chimeras that you're using as your donor chimeras are going to be lost. You're not going to be able to retrieve them. They're going to be melded together to make a new chimera. It's going to be a baby, 0 days old when it is created. But otherwise, it will be a chimera that you can use, train, breed, everything as if you had gotten a broodstone from these two chimeras. The good thing, I guess, about this is, we have a lot of males. So you can take two outstanding male chimeras that you want to fuse together, and you can make a new chimera out of them. So I'll just go through the explanation of what's going on. So the hide that you make will be a fused hide unless there is a special event going on. So, for example, this chimera over here is fused. This was during the Archdruid Madr event, and you don't always get the special hide that is being offered. And in this case, this was a fail. So, this is the summer and spring druids melded together. And generally speaking, once you meld a pair of chimeras together, you make a new hide. It'll be a melded hide, and there are four different patterns that they can make, and you can go to the museum and you can mix and match and see what the different patterns look like. This one, oh, I don't have it on. Um, I don't know which one this one is. I'm thinking it's a four, but I'm not sure. But generally speaking, the new melded hide can pass. The caveat to that is that if it is an LE hide, as this one is, both of them are LE hides, and as we know, the LE hides do not pass. So it'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to breed this one and find out what I get. In the past, when I have bred LE hides that are melded with a passable hide, if the passable hide is the first hide in the combo, then it will pass as a new hide. For example, I have skeleton muertas that pass as skeleton muertas. But I have also had, for example, an Allfather sable. And when I bred that, Allfather was the first hide and it can't pass. So I bred it with a sable and I got a sable. So most of the time, depending on how you put your fusions together, they're going to pass as a new hide unless that first initial hide is an LE, which cannot pass. So that's going to make things a little more exciting when you're breeding. Okay, so getting back to the fusion. So this is a fusion array. If I put it into edit, hopefully you can see there are a bunch of little cones here. That can be a little tricky. So the spot where I am standing right now is going to be where your new chimera appears, and the two sort of cones in the back are going to be where your um, donors stand until the process is finished. Um, so another bonus, I guess, to using the fusion array is that it does give you a better chance at better stats. So, for example, if you have two high statted male chimeras that are nearing the end of their breeding, you might want to fuse them together and make a new chimera um, that can breed some more. I don't know. So the generally speaking, when you're breeding, your chimeras receive about um 10 to 75%. That's like the range that you can pass. So they can pass 10% of their stats all the way up to, if you're super super lucky and it's like a final reading and they're feeling lucky and everything, you could get up to 75%. But with a fusion, they actually will pass between 50 and 75%. So the scale has slid up, so you have a much better chance of getting really good stats on your chimeras. Exotic traits are going to pass just like they would if you bred them together. So, you don't have a better chance or a less chance. It's just going to be like as if you had bred them together, and it's going to be that same chance to get the traits. But you know, we all know that that doesn't always work. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out. And another bonus to the fusion is that it gives you a much better chance at a multi-eye, which I love. So if you really love the multi-eyes, fusing your chimeras, you have a much better chance of getting the multi-eye. So the final thing that people ask is how many breedings am I going to get? And this is the difference between mating them and fusing them is when you fuse them, it takes the remaining breeds off of the two donors and then adds one. So if you were to fuse um, two chimeras that are done breeding, they have 0 breeds left, and you fuse them together, you'll get a chimera that has 1 breeding on it. But if you take one that says, say, has 3 and one that has 4 and fuse them together, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 1, you'll get 8 breedings off of this new chimera. And especially if you have, one that has a high stats or something that you feel like, well, I'm done breeding this one, but I want a baby that has better stats, you could try doing that. So I have 4 chimeras lined up here. They were wilds. I have 2 of the emblas, and then I have 2 of the summer druids. So I'm going to do 2 different fusions for you. Um, One final thing to say before I start fusing: never fuse a pregnant chimera. You're going to lose the baby, and there's nothing that can be done. So wait until your female has finished breeding, has popped her stone out, and then you can fuse her. But don't fuse her while she's pregnant. That's just going to be a loss. Okay, so I have one female here, and I am going to fuse her to, I think, the wolf here. And so, um, one thing that I have found is that if you fuse 2 females together, generally speaking, you get a female. If you fuse 2 males together, generally you get a male. If you fuse a male and a female together, you're going to have, a 50-50 chance of getting a male or a female. So one thing that I do, and it's probably just superstition or whatever, but I do take the one that I want to pass their gender, and I usually pick them first. So I'm going to pick the girl first in this case, and then I will pick the male, and we'll find out what we get at the end. It's always exciting. It's just like breeding them together. You're never quite sure what you're going to get. So all you have to do is sit on the fusion array. You're going to take the ID number of your first chimera, and as I said, I'm going to take the girl first. Okay, notice she's also an LE, so this one is going to be one of those odd ones that give you something interesting because the LE does not pass. And then I'm going to take my Embla, and then you just put the number in the box, submit, like you normally would. Okay, and so now it is asking me, what do I want to do? And it's like, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. It's not reversible. It's going to consume both of these chimeras. It's going to create a new chimera. I don't know if the Archdruid is still available. It's been out for a while, but I haven't heard that it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and try. We'll hope for an Archdruid here. So yes, let's go. And so we're activating. Drum roll. Let's see what we get. And oh, it is. Okay, so I got a male. So this didn't work with the female first, but I got a male. This is the Archdruid Madr. And oh, I don't have I don't have that on. He does have the summer druid eyes. It doesn't look like he got any other traits, but that's cool. He's beautiful. Such a pretty hide. Okay, so I'm gonna move him to the side, and I'm gonna do these two males over here as well. So let's pull this up. Okay, I'm gonna move this back a little bit. And then, so all you have to do is sit. I'm stuck on something. Okay, so I'm gonna sit here. I'm going to do the Embla first this time. And then I'll take the Summer Druid. So to make the Archdruid Madr, we had to use a blue and a green hide, and you can check what the colors are on the main website. All that information's there. And I'm going to click yes, and let's see what happens. Can we go 2 for 2? Think I'll be lucky? I'm lucky! All right. This is exciting. And I got the wings, so that's amazing. So now I have another little Archdruid with the gull wings from the Summer Druid. Anyway, that's fusion. Good luck to you out there who are doing fusions. Um, they're not always specials. Right now, we do have the special because of the anniversary. But even if it's the specials, there aren't any specials out there to be had. You can still get some pretty funky combinations like this one here. All right, so happy fusing, alchemists, and have a great day.